Everything you need to know about newborn screening tests. When you're pregnant, there's a lot of things you prepare for. You have 9 months to get both yourself and your home prepared for a newborn. From baby-proofing the home to buying supplies, toys, diapers, and even planning how you'll get your little one home from the hospital, there's just so much to get in order before your baby arrives. One thing you may not have given much thought to is the screening tests. Did you know as soon as your beautiful infant is born, they need to undergo several screening tests? These ensure your baby's healthy and there are no underlying issues. It helps to learn as much as you can about the various screening tests available, so in this video, we'll talk more about each test and why they are carried out. One of the most basic screening tests your little one will have is a blood test. Sometimes this is referred to as a heel test and involves pricking the baby's heel and placing small droplets of blood onto a filter paper card, and this will then be sent off for analysis. It does help if parents get involved with this screening test. You can hold your little one and comfort them while the blood is being collected. This does tend to help make the screening process less traumatic for the baby. As well as a blood test, your newborn will be given a physical assessment. This checks the baby's heart, eyes, and hips. Newborn boys also have their testicles checked. It's typically carried out up to 72 hours after the birth, and then a further assessment is provided when your little one reaches 6 to 8 weeks old. This simple test will give a good indication of whether the infant has any conditions which require further screening. The reason a second assessment is provided is because it can take a while for certain conditions to develop. Pulse oximetry testing. This type of test is given to measure blood oxygen levels. If a baby has a low blood oxygen level, for example, it could indicate a heart problem. A small machine known as a pulse oximeter is used, and a sensor is placed on the baby's skin. This isn't painful and is considered a non-invasive test. The pulse oximetry test is carried out on babies up to 24 hours after birth and is a very quick test lasting just a couple of minutes at most. Hearing test. The final basic screening provided is designed to test your baby's hearing. There are actually 2 different types of hearing tests available, and both typically only last for 5 to 10 minutes each. These can even be carried out on your little one while they're asleep. The 2 different tests include 1. The auditory brainstem response. This test determines how the brain responds to sound and analyzes the auditory brainstem. Tiny earphones are placed into the baby's ears, and various sounds are then played. Small electrodes are also placed across the head to see how the brain reacts to each sound. If there is no consistent response to the different sounds, it could be an indication that your little one has a hearing problem. And the second one is the otoacoustics emissions test. Designed to test different parts of the baby's ear, the otoacoustics emissions test again uses tiny earphones with the addition of a small microphone inserted into the ear. Various sounds are played and the microphone detects echoes. If the hearing is normal, the sound should generate tiny echoes in the ear canal, so if none are picked up, this does indicate a loss of hearing. The midwife or pediatrician may carry out either the test just mentioned, or both of them. Things to consider. While the screening tests just mentioned are the most common, there are more specialist screening tests available. These tests for specific conditions and are not required, but are worth using if you have a family history of a specific condition. They are referred to as a supplemental screening, and you can find out more by chatting to your pediatrician. It's also worth noting that screening requirements differ between states. So, it's important to familiarize yourself with specific rules relating to the state you reside in. This also includes finding out the cost of the screening. Again, this will differ between states, but generally, the majority of states have a fee for screening. Most health insurance plans do cover this, but it's still worth finding out more from your local newborn screening coordinator. Understanding retesting. It is possible your baby may need to be retested. This is usually nothing to worry about, but it can be daunting. There are actually numerous reasons why your baby may need to be retested, including there is an initial problem with the blood sample, the state requires more than one test, you left the hospital less than 24 hours after the birth, or the results show a possible health issue. You will be contacted by the state health department or your baby's health professional if a retest is required. It's important to get the second test done as soon as possible. Overall, newborn screening is important and should always be carried out even if you have a home birth. While the majority of babies are born healthy, if there are any potential health problems, newborn screening tests help detect them early so they can be addressed before they become too serious. And that's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you'd click the like button to let us know, as well as hopping on over to our website and signing up for our email newsletter by clicking the link in the description. By signing up, you not only stay in the know about everything going on in the parenting world, but you also get exclusive goodies that are only given to our email subscribers. Additionally, the next time you're looking to buy a baby, toddler, or any sort of parenting products, I encourage you to take a look at what we have available. Let me tell you, we aren't just out to make a profit, and pride ourselves on our high-quality products and excellent service. All Kinnico products are laboratory tested to ensure they are 100% safe for you and your children, which unfortunately isn't something every company can say. Finally, if your question wasn't answered in this video, or there's anything you'd like to say, please let us know by leaving a comment below. I promise that we'll get back to you as soon as we can. You're also welcome to join the parenting community on our website. You can talk with hundreds of other parents in a matter of minutes. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and here's to making a positive difference in the lives of our children and the world as a whole.